From the EU side, we are constructively engaged and seeking positive outcomes at the ministerial conference. And indeed, you already mentioned some of the topics being discussed on WTO reform. We think we need to further make progress and making sure that this ministerial really becomes a reform ministerial. And of course, important topic is also to make progress on reform of the appellate body to ensure that we preserve the WTO dispute settlement system to avoid further erosion of global trading rules. As regards fisheries subsidies, the EU has already ratified the Phase 1 agreement on fisheries subsidies, and now we are negotiating Phase 2. And again, we are constructively engaged. What is obviously important is that we maintain the sustainability objective of this agreement to avoid overfishing. And similarly on agriculture, we think we need an outcome on agriculture also from food security perspective, because in current complicated geopolitical context it's very important, and we need to find the right balance on topics like trade distorting domestic support and public stockholding. Well, it's clear that the Red Sea Suez Canal is one of the main maritime trading routes in the world, so disruptions there are obviously affecting global trade, also the EU. So right now, as you know, international community is working to restore freedom of navigation in Red Sea, and also EU is having its maritime mission there. So basically, we see that the situation is gradually normalizing. First of all, on China. China is the EU's second largest trading partner, so obviously it's important engagement. But at the same time, indeed, trade between EU and China is very imbalanced. So in 2022, we ran almost 400 billion euros trade deficit. So, and the underlying fact is that the EU market is more open to Chinese companies and goods than China's market is for EU companies and goods. So we need to address this imbalance. So we are working with China on specific market access problems to actually make our relationship more balanced and reciprocal. As regards United States, obviously that's also a very important engagement, because United States are EU's largest trading partner, and actually the EU-US trade and investment relationship is largest in the world. And also in a current geopolitical context, in a context of Russia's aggression against Ukraine, it's important that EU and US work strongly together as strategic allies. So during the Biden administration, we had been dealing with some of the Trump-era trade conflicts and some other issues. Of course, it's now difficult to speculate on the outcomes, but it's clear that from the EU side we are preparing for different possible outcomes.